born an athlete, you'll die an athlete. It's in your DNA.
You're an athlete. Live like an athlete so that you can be successful in life.
You're an athlete. Live like it.
ANA, America needs athletes.
Yeah.
Which were fun, but it was just...
Welcome, athletes, into another episode
Right to
of the Gym Closet. Well, I wanted to get some of these conversations on air
because
everyone wants to know about how our weekends went. So let's chat about it. But welcome in. If this is your first time joining us, hit subscribe on the video or subscribe on wherever you are listening to the audio for our podcast. The Gym Closet is a podcast about being successful, optimizing life, and living life like an athlete, which ultimately means success and greatness. So, how big of a success
was our weekend?
And how great was everybody's weekend?
It was good. We were busy with birthday parties and a walk.
Yeah,
laundry. We're talking about laundry.
Yeah.
All the things you don't want to do, but that podcast, that little wiener was on my shoulder just saying, do the laundry.
What a way to start.
Don't say it like that.
Maybe.
Just wieners on the shoulder.
Don't say it like that.
I was not even thinking that until you guys, your mind's in the gutter.
No.
Like, no.
Oh. You know what I picture is have you ever seen the animated
Probably not.
wiener? It's oh shit! It's about a grocery store. And it has like the hot dog.
It's
wiener.
a TV show. It's a kids
No,
movie.
it's not a kids
Oh.
movie. It's with
Sausage Party.
Sausage Party.
There
Yes.
you go.
Yeah. So Sausage Party. Every time I hear the word wiener, it makes me go to Sausage Party in my
It's like a kids
or no,
movie,
the kids movie
yeah.
is a good one too.
It makes you like
it's Pets.
Pets. Secret
Pets
Life of
goes
Pets.
to Pets goes in the movie. It goes to a scene where the pets are the two dogs break into this sausage processing plant, right? And so you guys haven't seen this.
Random.
Yeah, no, I've seen
You see
it.
it? So this is supposed to portray them as like you're not supposed to know this as kids, right? But I love how some movies make it so like it's entertaining to
Adult
parents
humor,
too.
right.
But it's supposed to be this endorphin like high of like they make it this like these two dogs are now high because they're so ecstatic about eating all the hot dogs and so it makes it like high and there's this animated scene where like all these hot dogs are like jumping around and they have faces until they get eaten by the dogs.
What?
It's hilarious. If you have not seen that scene, watch that scene. Definitely recommend.
Can you clip it in here for people to
Yes,
watch?
please.
I don't think we can. I don't think we can, or we'll get flagged on YouTube. But go check it out. It's hilarious.
Yeah, super random,
But yeah, speaking of wiener voices, you got everything done this weekend, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, we had Hudson Walk, which was awesome, and then we had 2 birthday parties.
And then you're still digging that wall.
I am.
And then we put up the
digging
kids'
along.
pool. It was just busy
Yeah.
stuff, but all good.
And
How was
it's
your guys'
hot
weekend?
as hell outside.
It is.
So, had a good weekend?
Mine was good. I don't remember what I did. I don't know, honestly.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
The no plan is good. What about you?
Laundry, meal prep, and then Saturday went around town, just no plan, just wherever it took us.
Nice.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
Where did you go that was fun? Did you have any fun places?
Governor
that you-
Days in Grimes.
Okay.
So just kind of
Nice.
hung out. Got funnel cakes and fried Oreos.
Yum.
Nice.
So
Fried Oreo is worth it? Is that your first time
Yeah.
having them?
No.
You've had them
Yeah.
before?
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are good.
I just
So-
like plain Oreos. I'm like, I
the
wonder
fried
if fried
Snickers
Fried Snickers.
is really good as well. That one's one of my favorites. But it got awfully melty at the end. If you're eating them at the carnival.
Oh, they have like that fried butter and stuff. Cannot do
fried
it.
butter I do not
Sick.
get. That doesn't do it for me.
Fried butter seems weird, but I like fried cheese. Like
Fried
Yeah.
cheese,
fried cheese on a stick, yeah.
which is
Good.
like a cheese curd or whatever, you know. So that's pretty normal.
That's fair.
Yeah. But all of this leads right into our
Craving.
craving. Were you going to do that, or were you going to say something?
Yeah, no, I was just going to talk about, I don't know when the Special Olympics opening ceremony was. If that was 2 weeks ago, or would it have been over the weekend? Gosh, My
It would've
days like
been-
go
It would
together.
have been like Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, because
last
Morgan, who helps us out, she also has an athlete that was at Special Olympics Iowa. She helps her out too, but she messaged me and said, "Are you watching the opening ceremony?" And I'm like, "No, but I guess
That
Abby
was
was
all
carrying the
on
flag and
ESPN
stuff." And so,
3.
No way.
yes,
Yeah,
I know,
cool.
and I wish I would have watched it because those are so inspiring to watch. But yeah, they just competed, and we kept up with like how everyone was doing, and so we had a couple athletes from here place.
Yep.
So Abby got some gold, Isaac third.
Isaac got fourth in
Awesome.
powerlifting. Yep.
Yeah. And he's going to be on the
As well.
podcast. Him and his dad will be on the podcast next week, talking about their experience with Special Olympics Iowa and how Worlds was and all that stuff. So we're excited to have them on. But okay, so back to the cookies.
So yeah, so back
So-
to sweets.
And Sunday was National Cookie Day, so that's why we kind of did this craving. But so Lydia said Grandma's Cookies in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Her grandma's? Your
No,
grandma's?
no. The plate is
Oh,
called
okay,
Grandma's
okay. Grandma's
Cookies.
Cookies. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we say? Do we not have to keep this anonymous? Can we say?
Oh, we can.
names?
Maybe just I'll just say Lydia.
Just bleep that out.
Okay.
Nobody knows who she is.
I was
Which
gonna
this
say,
doesn't
she
surprise
gave
me.
us consent, so
Yeah.
we're good.
Chick-fil-A chocolate chip cookie. I mean, it has to be good, right? I just never went to Chick-fil-A and got a chocolate
I
chip
never
cookie.
had.
I don't think that
But
I've had
everything
that
else there is
before,
so
but everything
good.
else is good.
Yeah.
So
You don't really think of cookies when you go to
No.
Chick-fil-A, but
No. And then Palmer's oatmeal raisin cookies.
shout out to Palmer's. They should sponsor us.
They should.
Yeah.
Actually,
Crumble. Someone said crumble.
crumble good.
They said just cookies, question mark, crumble, exclamation point. My house.
Crumble was pretty good though. We went to
Crumble
Crumble.
was
Did we say that on the
Yeah,
here
on
yet?
the last one.
Yeah.
On the last podcast.
It was okay.
My house.
My house, yep. That person must make some good cookies.
Dang.
Bring them
I'll
in.
be
We'll
asking,
test them
yeah.
out
We'll
and see
test.
if we think they're really
We'll
the best.
see.
Monster cookies, which you
Monster
love.
cookies,
Those
my
are
favorite
your jam.
by far.
Those are pretty good. Iowa Cookie Company.
Mm.
So I've seen
Those
their
are good.
Instagram.
They're
Have you guys
super
seen their
good.
Instagram?
No.
Yes,
Oh,
I have.
don't follow them because
Yeah.
you'll see a cookie and be like, I need to go there.
And
right
they
now.
have
What
they have
the heck?
such good marketing, and Crumble
They
is the
do.
same way. So Crumble and Iowa Cookie, they're both the same. Where like they have different flavors out every week. So like they're only like coming around once every couple months, like a certain flavor, and then they make a huge deal about it on their social media platforms.
Right.
So like when I like from the Iowa Cookie Company, I like the double chocolate chunk ones. So like when those come around and they make a big deal about it, like you like have to
The
get
picture
it. You know what I
is
mean?
like-
So yeah.
Where are they located?
Mouth-watering.
I don't know because they deliver.
Oh, really?
So yeah, they always.
It's
deliver.
just all mobile.
Yeah. So as far as like
Interesting,
literally
that's
as
cool.
far as because then Haley orders it for me, so like literally all I know is like one day I'll come.
All
home,
I know is it's
and there's
sitting
a
on the
big
table.
box of cookies sitting there
Yes.
on our
No,
doorstep.
but are they like stuffed too?
They're
or are they just so
huge.
thick?
They're so
Like,
thick.
I'll show you
They're
guys a picture.
massive. Yeah.
After you pull it up, do you have your phone on you?
Yeah.
Pull it up and
Yeah,
just show them
they
a picture
are-
because like you just can't even describe it.
They should
look
sponsor
so
us
good.
too.
They should. Warm chocolate chip cookies from the Iowa State Fair. We talked about those last week. Those are so good.
Yes.
The buttermilk pancake one from Crumble is fire. Somebody said never had that
Did we
one.
have? We didn't have that one.
we had the donut.
The donut, the cookie dough one was a good one too.
Yeah, look at that.
like an extra scoop of
Ooh.
cookie dough on
There's
top.
like I don't even know how they I don't know how they make them
but
so
like
thick.
all of
but,
them are
but
like
they're
that.
thick.
They are.
Reese's.
Yeah.
Loretta's.
Loretta's?
Loretta's.
I don't
I
know.
think
Loretta's,
Loretta's
maybe?
is a
Loretta's?
I think it's Loretta's. I
No, we're
think
gonna have
that's a
to ask
cookie
about
company.
that one.
Yeah. And then frosted oatmeal cookie.
What?
Ooh.
No.
Frosted.
Gross.
Not an oatmeal. Like, I would love oatmeal cookies if it wasn't for like most of them are oatmeal raisin.
Right.
Oh,
yeah. Going
I
back,
love- that's-
did
that's
someone
fucking
put,
great.
did someone say
Oh,
oatmeal
that's
raisin
my
in here? Because I wasn't really paying attention.
Yes,
'cause
someone
I was
said
lost in Iowa
Palmer's
cookie.
oatmeal raisin.
Alright, it depends.
Okay.
Are they like ones that you already buy at the store? Or are they like soft oatmeal
Huh.
cookies with like frosting?
They
frosting?
weren't specific enough.
Yeah. We have to be more specific.
Oh,
Yeah.
We
So
talked about this
okay.
last
So
week.
what about this? What we should do is we should come up with, out of everybody's suggestions and our own, come up with two and have
Ooh.
everybody vote
Have a big
for
vote.
the
Yeah.
best
Yeah.
ever.
Or we
I
could do
would
a
agree.
bracket this week. We could do a bracket with all the votes.
Do you want to?
I thought a bracket ended up being a lot of work for
That's fine.
Amber.
It's fine. I'll do it.
You're gonna take one for the team
I'll
and
do
do a
it.
bracket.
Yeah. You think that would be fun?
Or we can just do a championship. We can sort out the bracket
Yeah.
here.
That's what I think we should do. I mean, this is kind of us running this show.
I like it.
Okay.
And then
Alright.
we
people
take
can
the
pick.
championship to the vote.
Yeah.
So I have
So
to go
I'm
for
gonna-
chocolate chip cookies from the Iowa State Fair. Like
Okay.
that.
That's
Be my
right. Oh,
vote, too.
someone is. So I would that's gotta. I think that's got to be in there because we had mentioned
Oh,
that
yeah.
already before.
Yeah.
So then the second one has to come down to what?
I would say probably either be Crumble or Iowa
like,
Cookie
can you do,
Company.
You have to do a
can't
specific.
you can't
Or
be
are we
so
doing it-
broad,
or are we
you know?
doing
Yeah, you have to do a specific
Should we
one.
do like
so,
the buttermilk pancake from Crumble? Like,
but we haven't. Have we had that?
No.
None
Or
of us.
should we just
That's
put
what
that
I'm
in vote?
saying, like-
We can't put
how
that
about
in.
monster
Can't put that in.
cookies? Like we've all
Monster
had monsters
cookies.
or-
Monster
I would put
cookies.
that
So
in,
okay, so
yeah.
let's be more specific.
Oh.
There's a like the
I
high
don't
V
know.
monster
Subway
cookies.
macadamia nut.
Subway mac.
Vanessa's Monster.
I don't know if we've had that.
You had that.
Those yes,
Whose?
those are.
Oh.
It's just
The
delicious
whole can.
Yeah.
monster
I've
cookies,
had.
but
Oh
in
yeah,
like,
you
in
brought
bar
like a
form.
little bit
Bar form.
home.
Yeah.
He brought some.
No, there was actually a lot.
no, there wasn't. You only brought like 2 of them over. I couldn't even believe it. I was like, well, now I can't even eat any because now I'm gonna save these 2 for
You didn't have any.
forever.
You just
Yeah.
get-
No, yes, those are delicious though.
Yes.
But those probably aren't as widespread as we need them to be.
Probably
so
not.
carnival cookies versus
Hy-Vee,
what
I
did
would
we have?
say.
What did we have at? Okay, so let's decide Hy-Vee monster cookies or have you guys had crumble at all?
I have, yeah.
Or what was your favorite flavor?
I like the. I think it's
Why don't we
called-
just do a crumble chocolate chip? I think that's like a signature one that they always have.
I think so, maybe.
Chocolate chip versus chocolate chip.
But do we want?
Two
Do
different-
we want to do that though?
2 different types.
Crumble.
What was his? What was
Because
your
at that
favorite at
point-
crumble?
My favorite, I think it's called the Buckeye, where it's like a chocolate cookie with peanut butter and chocolate on top.
Okay.
Dan's like, I'm going.
Pretty good, yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah, they didn't have that one when we were there. They
Yeah,
had the
they did.
s'mores. The
The
s'mores.
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 There. So they had the s'mores when we were
So
there.
I don't think we can do that because you're limiting
So then we got to go Hy-Vee then I think.
just some. I think yeah.
So we're basically saying Hy-Vee cookies versus State Fair cookies.
I think I'm
We
gonna
should
go
have
with-
talked about
I
this.
think
before
That's
we
I'm
gonna
got
be an
on
absolute, like,
You
no,
think
no
that's gonna
offense
be a
to Hy-Vee,
bloodbath?
honestly.
But monster cookies.
Why don't we just do monster cookies in general? Maybe somebody's had the best monster cookie from somewhere.
We can do
Okay.
that.
And then,
Monster
like, 'cause-
versus chocolate chip.
Versus not
State
even
Fair.
chocolate chip. State Fair. I think that
I
those
think that's
those
a
are
good.
gonna
I
hold
think
up.
that's a good.
Monster
contender.
cookies versus State Fair
Because what
cookies?
would you
Yes.
pick? I mean, that's a hard choice
That's
for you.
very hard.
It's very hard.
For you.
Like, think of your best
me.
monster
For
cookie
you.
you ever had. Might not be Hy-Vee, might be somewhere else, and then compare that to the.
It might
that's
be
hard.
it might be the bars. But does
They're
that count
good.
as a cookie? I think I'd count it as a cookie.
I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway. I haven't eaten lunch yet, so I am starving.
Alright, we're just gonna do
But-
that. We're just
okay,
gonna throw it out
we're
there.
gonna go those 2. So vote on social, check it out. We're gonna find out by next week. We'll just simply report on it on what the favorite cookie is between monster cookies, anybody's favorite best monster cookie they've ever had, or carnival chocolate chip cookies.
Cool.
They only have like the State Fair. Sorry,
think they only
State
have
Fair
chocolate
only
chip.
has like
Yeah.
one cookie.
I think they only have chocolate chip.
Because
yeah. They don't need any other.
they-
They don't,
hate-
yeah, they do not.
They
don't
have
need
you ever
that.
seen like they have a new cookie house there? Have you seen that? Have you been there?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, so
It's
it was
huge.
new
Oh,
last
sure.
year
Did you
or
go
the
last
year
year?
before?
Yeah,
I'm sure you would have seen it.
It's the entire thing. It's a brick and mortar built up place where they make all of the cookies now, and it just
Oh,
has the
yes,
windows.
yes,
yeah.
yep,
So
yep.
it's only a couple years old, but
Yeah.
I was just mesmerized by how like efficient they are.
Yes.
Oven, like they have just people running.
Yes.
And it's making millions of cookies.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
crazy. It's awesome. But save that for a day where you have a refeed so that you.
God, that line's always so long.
It
It
is
does
long.
go pretty fast.
It was not macro friendly.
No, not macro
Oofta,
friendly. I can
tell
especially
you
eating like
that.
20 of them, right?
Yeah, that's
But you
the
have to
problem.
have
I
that
ate
balance.
honestly,
most
like-
of the bucket.
If I do it at night, I can eat a lot of them, but during the day, like in the heat, I just can't eat a lot, so it's probably a good thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's just like it gets
The
to
best
be a
is
lot
an
because I love it
evening.
with
And
milk.
yeah,
and then it's
that's
like-
true too, yeah.
All right. So we have a couple different things that we want to do today. We have we have an interview. That will be. We'll
Okay.
keep
Okay,
touching
yeah.
on that, and then we'll
We'll
announce
just
that.
keep using cookies.
Yep. So sounds good to me. That's my craving right now. So then we're going to touch on, we're going to interview Dan, and then
Touch on the
word
word of the week. Cool.
So what do we want to do first?
Dan.
Dan? Okay. So we had everybody from social sending in questions to ask Coach Dan.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
I know, right? Because you don't know what's
like,
coming
what are
at
people
you.
gonna ask?
Okay, so let's start a little bit of bio about you. So just bring us back into Dan's life from when you were little to like where you moved to, college experiences. You don't have to go into a lot of detail, but just give us a little bit of background on you.
So, I was born in Des Moines, and then moved to Wichita, Kansas, where I lived until I was in 3rd grade. Moved back to Iowa to a small town, Lamoni, super small town. Lived there until I was a freshman. Then went up to Ames for 2 years, and then went to Leon, which is 15 minutes northeast of Lamoni, and then went to Central College, played baseball there for 4 years. That's where I met Lydia. And then once she's a year ahead of me, so she's older.
Hey.
Cougar!
Yeah. And then, so she graduated a year before I did. And she went down to Logan Chiropractic University in St. Louis. So then when I graduated, I followed her down there. And we lived there until from 2017 and 18 to 2021, and then moved back here to Des Moines, and then that's where my journey with you guys started.
Yes.
So
before you started here, tell everyone a little bit about what you were doing before you took on a full-time position here.
So I went to Central and graduated with exercise science and health promotion, and then when I graduated, my first job was a wellness coordinator with a therapy company at a senior living community. Right,
yes.
Yeah. So senior living community, and then I was in that position for a year and a half, and then went to a long-term facility and was the activities director there. And then when moving back to Des Moines, I was the fitness director for another senior community just up the road, and then I was doing that from about March until this March.
Yeah.
So for a year. So
Awesome.
a lot of this stuff was senior communities, so 65 plus.
Awesome. Okay, so let's see what we have.
Dig into these questions
Let's
here.
see. We'll do the hardest one first.
Oh man.
I have a good question right off the bat.
Okay, let's
Well, not
go.
from me. This is especially from Kyle, Laura, Dan, and Liz. And they said, why are you a trader and when are you coming back to Waukee?
I don't think that's a me question.
Tyler?
I don't know. I'm just
Never.
I'm just asking what I was asked.
If this gets out before Thursday or Wednesday night,
Oh,
I'm
true.
coaching Thursday morning at Waukee.
True.
Surprise, surprise.
Ooh.
So Thursday morning. So if you're there, you will see me. If not, then too bad, so sad.
Yep.
No?
They should be there Thursday morning.
We're gonna work on
They should
getting
be
it
there
back.
Thursday morning.
They should say. Yeah. So then, with that's a great question. I love that question.
figured,
But no, we stole you fair and square, and you're stuck now. So too bad. No. So when you played, do you play baseball in college then?
Yes.
When you did, okay. So what? Then this is just one of my questions that I want to get out before diving into the social questions. So tell us a little bit about kind of at that time what your training was like and what kind of and kind of how your training has evolved as far as like training like an athlete and then continuing to train post school and how that kind of correlates with Crave and how we do things here, and kind of tell us what about the training and what about like your life at that time made you kind of attracted to training the way that we do at Crave and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. With baseball, we had a pretty big team. We had about 40 to 50 guys every year. And training there was a really good experience. And it's actually, I would say 100% comparable to Crave. You are training like an athlete, but you are training with a team. You are doing those moves, the compound movements like a hang clean, doing like the bench, the squat, deadlift, those types of things, and then also incorporating the agility portion, the boxes, the ladders, those types of things, and the challenges. The biggest thing that always stood out every year was GPP, and that was during our off-season strength and conditioning portion. So we would have weekly challenges. Our team, we would have a draft night. So all the seniors would draft a team of 6, 7, 8 guys, and we would compete. We would dress up, go to the auditorium, have the big screen just like an NFL draft. Our coach would go up there, call the name. The senior would be up there. You would go up there, shake his hand, hold like the sign and all that kind of stuff.
That's
so it was
fun.
Legit. But
unless you suck, then
and it still had the sense of if you were picked last, like
for
it was
sure.
like shit. But then if you were picked first on either team or like any team, it was like hell yeah, like you were the number one pick.
Right.
Hell yeah, it was awesome.
Confidence up there.
Yeah, and then
skyrocketed.
and then we also had individual scores too. So it wasn't just team scores; it was like lifting numbers. So similar to our lifting cards here. Our coaches would analyze those, and weekly we would have our numbers posted up on the door, and so we could see if somebody like Kyle lifted more than I did, or like their jump was higher, then that like pushed you to train even that harder, or like our 40-yard dash, those types of things. So they would always like taking times for our speed, agility, those types of things, or lifting. But after college, I did get into the routine of I'm going to weightlift every day and do like a 3-day or like a 6-day split. So I would do like legs on Monday and Thursday, and then push on Tuesday, Friday, and then Wednesday and Saturday do a pull, those types of things. And I got out of that routine. I never really went back to like the compound movements, the athletic movements, didn't do any of the agility. I just went on a treadmill for 3 to 5 minutes to warm up. Did the bad word abs. Did those every once in a while. But then coming back here, I remember sitting with Lydia in the kitchen and being like, this is literally like central. Like we have a strength and conditioning program, and we're doing all the same movements, and it's literally like being back in college. And I think that's the funnest thing, because it's just going back to those memories and be like, all right, shit, like how much should I squat in college? All right, let's get back to that, because I'm doing the same things, like the same program pretty much.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I think a lot of people do get into that routine after you have a strength and conditioning coach that tells you what to do. Then you're just like, okay, I'm just going to lift them out, because we all probably enjoy the lifting part of it, right? So you're like, okay, I'm just going to do my splits and then do some endurance. And I think that's, a lot of kids your ages are doing that, until they realize like, no, I really miss that community and that team, and I'm getting bored of doing my own stuff. That's when they join a gym like this, and they realize, hey, I can still have this, and this can still be a big part of my life. So I love that. Now, when did you decide that you wanted to do like exercise science? Was that right away? Because your dad owns a gym in St. Louis, right?
In Leon.
Leon, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, Leon.
So,
yes.
I wanted to go and do graphic design.
Okay.
So, when I went to Ames, I had a graphic design class, and I've always loved drawing. And so I was like, all right, let's do that. And then through baseball, I was like, well, I like working out every day, so let's do something with that. And so I did part of the athletic training program there, and then did exercise science and health promotion, got into the strength and conditioning side of the exercise science, and kind of just rolled with that. And it was something that I was doing every day and I knew a lot about. So I was like, why stray away from it if I know a lot of things about it,
right?
And I can keep it as like the drawing or graphic design as a hobby,
right? So that's cool.
Yeah.
So what do you like to draw?
It really goes in waves. I haven't drawn anything
We're gonna
in
have
a long
to
time.
recruit you to make some t-shirt designs.
Just freestyle.
Just freestyle. I drew my
Cool.
tattoo I got it when I drew it when I was in 8th grade, and I
Okay.
waited until I was 18 to get it. I drew Lydia's tattoo, one of her tattoos. So
Cool.
what happened?
So
she
just kinda
stuck
whatever
with me
comes-
forever. So
So kind of whatever comes to mind.
yeah,
is
just
what-
whatever
and
comes
I
to
think
mind.
that's
If I
with a
have
lot
like
of
a free
artists.
time, and I'm
Because
just
like,
like,
there's an athlete at Waukee that paints, and I'm just like, he's like, honestly, like whatever comes to
Yeah.
mind in that moment. I'm like, yeah, that's like the art behind it, right?
yeah.
And
And
it's
I
such
mean,
a
like
cool
if somebody
thing,
were to
yeah.
ask me, like, oh, can you come up with like a design? Sure. Like I'll sit down and I'll think about it, but I don't really like sit down and be like, all right, I'm just gonna draw
Yeah.
like a beach or something
Yeah.
like that or.
Yeah. Interesting. Love it.
That's
Love
cool.
it. Okay.
All right, let's dive into some questions.
So let's see here. If you were on death row, what would your last meal be?
Oh,
Oh boy. Who's asking?
that is super tough. I don't know. See, and this is part of it. I'm super indecisive, so like I have like.
But
two
But it's your
different
last meal,
meals.
so
It's my
you can
last
have
meal,
both
so-
of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
see,
sure, you can
there
have
you go.
anything you
I
want.
can combine it.
You
Yeah.
could go.
Alright.
Yeah, you could go
Heck
two
yeah.
different
So
places.
what would they
and
be?
come back.
Heck yeah. It would probably be a chicken and shrimp fajita and some crab rangoons.
Okay.
Yeah,
there we go.
I like it. I like it. Okay, so top 3 podcasts and books.
Top 3 podcasts.
This
and
one,
books.
obviously.
The Gym Closet
Obviously,
#1
Gym Closet
podcast.
number 1.
Woo!
And then probably number 2 would be Real AF. Those are really the only 2 that I listen to.
Okay.
Top 3 books. That's hard. I'll tell you the first book that I actually completed outside of school that I read on my own time was Rich Dad Poor Dad, and that really got me like into reading.
Okay.
The next one would be probably Relentless by Tim Grover. That's a really good book. And then number 3, oh gosh, I don't know. I'm in so many different books.
So you just start them
I
and
think-
you can read like 3 books at a time, and you can
Well, I mean, it depends. Like, if I'm really into it, I make the time. Like, I can read
Yeah.
like a book all the way through. But then there's some times where I'm like, all right, well, this doesn't.
it's getting boring.
Yeah, it's
or you
getting
don't-
boring. All right, let's open up another book and do that. I'm
And that's-
trying to think of the one I finished. I had like half a book left. I had like probably 200 pages left, and I finished it on the way down and back from Louisiana. And I can't remember the name of the book. That's awful. But
Yeah, awesome.
so yeah,
Love it.
multiple books.
Love it. Yeah. Good. Love it. All right. If you were in a battle, would you rather be a ninja
What?
or a pirate?
A ninja or a pirate?
Pirate.
Where does this battle take place?
Right.
That is not even a dynamic.
That could be a very key factor. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I would say I'd be a ninja. I'd be a ninja. But have you ever seen Deadliest Warrior? The TV show.
I don't think so.
Oh my gosh.
No.
They
I
would
don't think I
take
have.
scenarios like this, like they would put up a pirate
Yes, I have
against
seen
like
that,
a
yeah.
ninja,
Oh,
and they
I
would
have seen
compare the
those.
weapons, and like they
Yes.
would like, do a
Interesting.
battle
I
and
did
see
see
who
that.
would win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
used
now
to
it has you
love that
rethinking of your
show.
decision. Or did you
No, I would be a
ninja?
Ninja.
Okay.
I'd be a classically ninja trained pirate.
That's fair.
But this isn't about you.
I know.
Yeah, this is the
All
your
right.
day.
Go
Well,
ahead.
I would be a ninja pirate.
Ninja pirate.
Ninja
Love
pirate.
it.
I'm gonna have to leave pretty quickly, but I only have
All right.
one. I only got one question on mind. Who would win between Zach and Dan arm wrestling, and then also leg wrestling?
A tie.
I didn't ask this question, by the way. Is there someone else asking?
Well, Zach already gave up on the arm wrestling.
Yeah.
But they
I-
wanted it live on here, and I just don't think that that's very appropriate.
Well,
But,
it's not. And
I mean,
also,
I would enjoy
we also
it,
don't
but I
have
don't
room.
want yeah, we don't have
We don't have room in
here.
the gym closet to do either of those.
I feel like you
activities.
guys would take up a lot of space if we were gonna leg wrestle.
Our new studio may have room for arm wrestling.
True. So hold on. Wait for the future. But yeah, I can answer this for you. I don't know about leg wrestling, but arm wrestling, I would guaranteed lose for sure because for some reason, I just suck at arm wrestling. Like I would probably lose to all 3 of you in here. Honestly.
I feel
Andrew
like
would kick my ass.
your bad arm though would be at a huge disadvantage.
Well, it would.
Yeah,
Oh my
we
god.
can't use
Speaking
that.
of that, I tried to do pull-ups yesterday. I can't do pull-ups anymore.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
sucks.
That's a downer note to leave on.
Yeah,
Bye.
that's a downer note
Hold
for
on.
you.
Before you leave, we have to take the thumbnail, because I'm going to start taking these thumbnails. So you're going to do the thumbnail live on air, and we're just going to all point to him, or we're going to do something crazy every time. Okay.
Okay.
So then we just got to all point right there,
Right here.
and good. Okay. Cool. Now you can go.
Perfect. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Let me know what we think about the leg wrestling, though.
Okay.
All right.
We will. We'll keep you updated on it.
I'm leaving now, so you can be honest.
Okay. Is Leon, Iowa really a town?
Yes. It is a town. It has a post
Yeah.
office.
So how many people are there?
Oh gosh, probably 2,000.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But definitely more livestock than people.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think this is the last one. What is your favorite part about working at Crave?
Everything. It is interacting with all of the athletes, young and older, revitalizing or bringing back that athletic feel, and you can always see the enthusiasm with anybody that comes in when they reach a goal or they do something like simple as a 12-inch box jump. Doing those types of things, helping people, and knowing that you are a factor in getting somebody back to themselves. I think that's the biggest thing, is people come here for a reason and they just don't stumble across Crave. Like, they come here for a reason, and you get to be the reason, part of the reason that they stay and they better themselves athletically, mentally, emotionally, occupationally, just a multitude of things, and that's the most rewarding thing, whether it's at 4 a.m. or 8 p.m.
Right.
Just
No, it
having
is.
that high energy the whole time.
And we're so thankful to have you as a coach. Since I interviewed you, I went home and I'm like, Dan's going to be awesome. If he takes this
Thank
position,
you.
he's going to be great. And you've exceeded all of our expectations. And you impact a lot of lives around here. And that's ultimately what we want as coaches, is you're a big part of Crave and who we are and our belief and our values and everything like that. And you're really great. And when we have people come from Waukee to visit you in the morning,
Yeah.
I think that's a testament to yourself of
Thank
how
you.
awesome you are. So thank you for all you do for us and for the athletes. So we
Yeah.
appreciate you a lot. So
Definitely, and I think the bottom line is community, which is what we're going to get into with our word of the week. But being someone that fits into a leadership role in the community, and yourself in the Crave community is a huge huge up for you, and we're thankful that we have you, and you and Zach as head coaches and coaches when you're doing the team sessions, personal training, all nutrition coaching, that spans a lot of different skill sets, and to find people that are good at all of that is tough. And so we're
we
definitely
have
thankful for
definitely
you
a
guys.
great team of
Yeah.
all of you guys. So
Definitely. So
yeah.
so then we'll get into in that interview portion, right? So
Thank you.
great interview.
Yeah.
We'll probably dive deeper in and do it again with different coaches. What we're going to try to do every couple weeks is have a different coach do some sort of interview.
Zach will be
background
next
time.
because he really wants to do it.
really,
so
really wants
ask
to.
the hard questions for Zach.
Yes.
Ask all the hard.
But then we will get. So then we'll be doing that every couple weeks. So keep an eye out for social to ask those questions because those are important as well. Because we want to hear from you guys to see what you want to know about all of our coaches. And then I think we'll do some more. I think a lot of people liked when we did some takeovers and stuff too. So maybe we do a takeover pre-Zach, and Zach can do a takeover before we, and he can take kind of questions and do different things like that too. Or we could do a post takeover, and he can answer any questions that people have.
As long as I don't have to
afterwards.
talk a lot, we're good.
Well, until we interview you,
Yeah.
you're up next.
No.
So,
Give me a few months. I gotta practice.
sure.
No, I'm just kidding.
Practice, yeah. So getting into the word of the week, I have been. It's been an interesting spot when I'm just my television habits as of late. I've been into Well, a couple things have happened to Norm Macdonald passed away. Bob Saget had obviously passed away. So a lot of what like Netflix steers me to is the stand-up stuff, because I love that to kind of turn off my mind and be entertained and get a laugh when I'm relaxing. And so having those two pass away, there's been a bunch of memorials and stuff. So last night I caught the end of Bob Saget's memorial, where they, Jim Carrey was on there. A whole bunch of people were on there talking about it. And Norm, who had passed away from cancer, had a special, and that's on Netflix. Go watch both of them. They're great. But on Netflix, he did basically a film yourself stand-up right before he passed, which was crazy to watch, knowing that he had passed away. Both of these guys, and I think the community, which is the word of the week, is in the comedian world is a big close community, but it really kind of touched me to see the people speak on their friends in memoriam to them passing away. And so one of the quotes that I thought was interesting that Jim Carrey said in the Bob Saget one was that Bob Saget was a cathedral of laughs, a cathedral of love, and a cathedral, saying, and so I kind of swapped out the word of the week this week with from cathedral to community, and it really kind of ties into what we wanted to create when we started Crave, and kind of what we strive to do for all of our athletes, whether it's someone in Paris or Florida, or if it's someone that is next door and that we're going to see here at 4:30, being able to include everyone and try to get as many people into the community as possible, and being a positive light, being a community of love, to be a community of positivity and push for everybody to get better. So I think that the word community really brings us kind of full circle with what we try to create and how we try to impact the people that are involved with what we do. And so it's always interesting when you get people, as a business, right? We're always trying to get prospects. We always try to get new people to join the team, and so the business side of that is more kind of numbers and reps and these different things that if you're good at it, great. But the biggest thing and one of the reasons why I think Dan and Zach and ourselves make it like anti-sales process is kind of what we want to talk about. But the reason I think all of us can do that is because we're authentically passionate about bringing people into the community and having them be a part of the team, which is ultimately going to make them better. I think that that's one of our ultimate goals, is to create that community and to create that place where we have accountability, like we've talked about before. We have the team that's going to push you. We have things that will make you successful both inside and outside of the gym. And so again, that's also on a broad scope. We can only get so many people in a gym like ours. You're only going to come here from so far away, right? So we always are thinking of ways to expand the community, and this podcast being one of them. We can touch anybody's life anywhere in the world with this podcast, which makes this a super super cool tool to be able to broaden that community. Same thing with our new app. Those things we're able to provide tools to the community and kind of make it a bigger place. But the thing to kind of wrap this up that I wanted to work on, the actionable steps that I want people to take, is just, I think that you're a part of several communities in life, right? And in watching some of these memorial type of things, they impacted so many people. And one thing that I want to work on is being able to impact and be there for the communities that I'm a part of, and really try to concentrate on how you treat the people that are immediately around you, and trying to expand those people in a good way too. Expand that love, expand the message of getting better and doing what we do. And so that's one thing that I want to put myself. I want to put a lot of emphasis in, is trying to reach new people with the podcast, with the different things that we're trying to do, right? But I think I challenge all of our athletes to do the same thing. Like, you have your gym community, but you also are a part of other things that you would consider a community as well. And what I challenge everybody to do is recognize what those communities are, and make sure that those communities, that you're being an integral part in making that community better, whether that's participating in a church group, or whether that is celebrating with friends and family, different birthdays, whatever the case might be. Be there for people, be there to make their lives better, and to spread the love, and to spread what Jim Carrey said, the laughs, and ultimately making people enjoy life, because in watching those, you realize how fast life goes, and you watch like Adam Sandler, and when I was growing up, Adam Sandler and Billy Madison and those type of things, you see him as like a 20-year-old or on SNL. You watch some of those old things, and now you see him and Jim Carrey and all of those people that I think of them as still like the 30-year-old entertainer, right?
Yeah.
But now they are they're in a spot where it's like, oh, okay, now these guys are seeing their peers and their friends pass away. And it's crazy to just think that if you have the opportunity to impact someone's life in a positive way, do that. Concentrate on that this week, and that's kind of the biggest thing that I thought about with community. So.
Love it. And speaking of community, we have a community event this weekend with Special Olympics Iowa. So we are doing a unified workout with them. So it'll be at Kinship, and it starts at 9 as the registration or check-in. We're asking everybody to register online. However, if it's a last-minute thing, you can register when you get there. Tickets are $10 an athlete. That includes a drink, your workout, and then a donation to Special Olympics. So please show up for the community. Show up for those athletes. They just love it when we're there, when we're helping them. It really, and not only will you impact their life in a positive way, but I guarantee it, they will impact your life in a positive way too. They're some of the best athletes out there. So looking forward to that event. So you can register at craveathlete.com. And that is this Saturday. So
Saturday, the 18th,
are you in town or no?
Right?
No.
18th.
Yeah, 18th.
18th.
Yep.
9 a.m. Kinship.
9 a.m.
That's out west in Waukee. So that is an awesome event. We had it last year at the same spot, and I think 70 something total.
And I met with
athletes
Kinship
were there, so
a couple months
awesome.
ago. They're super excited to have us there. They're excited for it.
Yeah.
So it's good when you're going somewhere that's also excited to have you and wants to be a successful
and you get a free
event,
drink with all of the donations go to Special Olympics, and you get a free drink for participating. So it's going to be a win-win this weekend. So we'll see everybody there. We'll have the trailer out. The mobile gym will be out for the first time, so I have to go make sure that everything's ready in there.
Yeah.
Make sure that it's all there and
That's
rock
a good
and roll.
start.
So yeah,
We better
we're
not
gonna
do that Friday
we're gonna
night.
do that
Let's be honest.
sometime here this week. So awesome. But remember, make sure that you're influencing your community. Be a leader in your communities. Do things the right way. And remember, you're an athlete. Live like it.
An athlete. It's in your DNA.
You're an athlete. Live like an athlete so that you can be successful in life.
You're an athlete. Live like it.
ANA, America needs athletes.